Fresh off a transfer special episode where we spent £200 million, we are back here for season number 17. We've updated the club badge, we've added a star, Champions League winners once. I want to add another star before this series is over, and well, that adventure begins today. This season kicking off with our first ever Community Shield and the very small matter of the UEFA Super Cup. Mentioned this last episode, the stadium that the European Super Cup's been played in doesn't exist, but I know in the city of Luzern there is a top-flight Swiss team, so I thought we'd use it as an excuse to go see their stadium. That seemed like a good plan. 2 trophies on offer, an away day to Switzerland, and the eagerly anticipated debut of the £125 million striker, Paul Parkin. Yeah, the comments were divided about this bloke yesterday. Today is episode number 128 of Park to Prem. Let's get straight into things. Of course, it goes without saying, if you didn't see yesterday's transfer special, I appreciate it was a longer episode, as was the one on Friday, to be fair. You should go watch that, because we did spend quite a lot of money last episode. Of course, we brought in Paul Parkin, we brought in Hunt Jens as well, Marco. I'm going to start shouting Polo, I realise, whenever he's throwing goal, because, you know, Marco, Polo, or just Mark. I'm not just, there's so many nickname possibilities. Either way, normally he making his debut, having been signed for £78 million, would be headline news. It's not really today. Of course, the other 2 big signings we made in Edemar and well, Weber, who's out on loan, probably not going to feature today, but we will keep an eye on them through this season. I do find it weird that despite the fact we're as successful as we are, I never get the option to go on tour pre-season, to go abroad. So we had a lovely pre-season going around the British Isles just smashing teams, but today we're kicking things off with the Community Shield. Of course, the winners of the Premier League versus the winners of the FA Cup. That FA Cup, the one competition I've not won. We got knocked out in the semi-finals by Wolves. Wolves can even win the whole thing, so yeah, we're back to take on Arsenal today. Arsenal's media prediction for the season in the Premier League is second, as, just as a little reminder, is third, so I'm expecting a spicy game today. Now, since last transfer special, not a great deal happening. Instead, I used it as an opportunity just to settle the 11, rotate the team around the last few friendlies, and well, we are back sat here today. I have landed on this 4-2-3-1 as the system I'll play when I want to play Parkin, when I want to play Alanis, when I want to play Cadman. But today, I feel like I have to go with the 3 centre-back system and show a little bit of respect to Arsenal. And with that in mind, this is how we look, I think, to at least to start the season when I do choose to play the 5-at-the-back system. You might notice, Lemos is the man on the bench. Is that a controversial call? I just feel like with all the talent that we've got and Cadman having such a breakout season last year, he is a player who I actually trust. 2 players, the shadow striker. Alanis last year, his goal scoring was superb. Still only 20 years old. Yeah, he's unhappy and wants to leave. He's not going anywhere. And with this system, of course, it does allow us to play Parking as well. I'd be interested to know what people think of this. You might be spotting on the bench. There is no centre-back on the bench. Grasser, of course, who is our centre defensive mid, can slot in at centre-back if need be. And given the fact we're starting with 3 at the back and the most likely change is to drop one of those centre-backs, don't feel like it's entirely necessary to have a plan B for that position. Just looking at past meetings against Arsenal, of course, we've really struggled against them for a few years, but in the last 2 seasons, we've not lost to them in the league, and a lot of that was down, I think, to playing the 3-at-the-back system. We've played well against them, we've shown our resilience. Today, we just have to do it on a slightly bigger stage at Wembley. This is the team we're going to go with for this first game of the season. Obviously, with the signings that we've made, we've not shaken things up too radically when it comes to the personnel, at least in the starting 11. Of course, the real question is going to be, Paulie Parkin, is he going to be worth the £125 million? I hope people aren't going to make a judgment after 1 game today. Okay, we are at Wembley. We're going with the 3-at-the-back system. That is a very strong 11, if I might say so myself. Usually in pre-season, you pick up a few injuries, you have to rotate things around a little bit. Don't want to jinx it here, because I guess this is still technically kind of pre-season before the league, but no injuries to speak of yet. Okay, I don't like this. They've got a corner in the first 90 seconds, and, well, fortunately for us, it's gone over. Not exactly what you want to see to kick things off. What I do not mind seeing, though, is a highlight right away, and it is us on the attack. It is Anu Giamfi bringing the ball forward. Alanis plays it forward, Parkin. I mean, all eyes on Parkin. I'll make sure I click on him, so his name is above his head at all times, so you can always spot him I'm not sure what I'm expecting for £125 million for a player who turns 20 very, very shortly, but we've taken a bit of a punt on him. I think he is going to be the next big, great thing. I am also willing to show a bit of patience to him. As much as, obviously, we've spent big money, he looks like he should be great. We have got plenty of attacking options. And as we saw with Cadman, it can take a while for players to find their groove. And, well, it could take a while for us to find our groove. We're a goal down. First game of the season. Would love to start with a win. Would love to win some silverware. It might feel a bit poxy and Mickey Mouse in the grand scheme of things. But the Community Shield, it's a nice looking trophy. I want it in the cabinet. 10 minutes in, getting shouty early. You got to get angry. You got to get mean. I'm going to start barking at the players soon. And I know what you're thinking. When you say barking, you mean shouted. No. I mean, literally, I'm going to start making dog noises at them. Maybe that's what they need. Right, Arsenal throw in at the halfway line, working it around the back, switching it from one side to the other. Slightly paranoid of these overlaps and underlaps by the wing-backs, because of course we do only have the one singular kind of wing-back on either side to help defend in those wider areas. Grasser's on a booking. We've already established he's an absolute nutter. It's not been a good start to this game, we'll admit it. We've had plenty of possession, but we're not doing a great deal with it. Already wondering if maybe playing the 4-2-3-1 would have been the correct play here. But, look, let's remain patient. It's still early days. We might have a set piece here. Coppo heads it against the crossbar. No real urgency to press the defender there, and Arsenal maybe get away with one. But the question is, how long can they get away with it? If we can get them on the back foot, they're not going to be able to weather the storm forever. We have so much attacking talent. Grasser wins the ball well on a booking, plays it down the line to Alanis. Where is Paul? Paul is in the middle. The number 7. Yeah, I gave him the number 7. David Beckham was his idol growing up. And I'll tell you who else was his idol growing up. Matthew Cadman. It's 1-1. Cadman. Cadman. He should wear like a Batman mask or something when he scores. He's all on his lonesome, playing the shadow striker today. Near post header. Great little finish. We're straight back in it. I say we're straight back in it. It's been half an hour since they scored, but not a lot's happened in between. Arsenal started off this game really brightly. We edge out XG. Perhaps worth acknowledging, the bulk of their XG actually came from their shots that resulted in a goal. Apparently, it was a .084 XG. Beyond that, they have done very little as we have come alive in this game. I'm still going to tell the players I'm not happy. I still want them fired up. Paul Parkins on a 6.3. Do I panic yet? I don't think I do. I'm going to make a change here, and this might seem like a weird change, but Grasser's on a booking. I don't love it. Over the course of last season, Sweeney learnt to play as a defensive midfielder. He is very, very good at this role, by the way. And, well, in a situation like this, I think it's a pretty good chance to bring him in, see what he can do there. In terms of how we shuffle around the rest of the team, it's a golden question. We're going to bring in Lemos for Grasser, and it's going to be Alanis, Parkin, Cadman. I realise this is kind of what I showed earlier with the 4-2-3-1, with the exception of the Sweeney-Grasser swap. It's still a rather strong set of players on the pitch. Maybe a bit of a gamble to change to this system at this point in the game, but I feel like I need to change something up, and now they have a set piece. And Paul Parkins apparently twisted his knee. Oh no, it goes from bad to worse. Rios heads it away. Do I take off I don't want Parkin to have a bad debut, but if he's twisted his knee, probably shouldn't risk it. I'm worrying more about Parkin than what's going on the pitch. They've just hit the crossbar. Get it away from danger. Parkin nods it on. It's not really what I wanted to see to start the half. I was about to get shouty, and then another highlight began. Alanis, by the way, having a good game out on the right-hand side. He's on a 7.6. Cadman, well, was going to get there. Jamfi's taking it off his toes. Can the Ghanaian make something happen? Already 1 assist to his name in this game with that ball into Cadman, and he's in a dangerous area again, the number 3. Get into the byline, puts it in, deflects upwards, half-headed away, but it's won again, and Cadman has had it laid off to him by Alanis and smashed it into the top bins. I love Matthew Cadman. How much did we sign him for? I think it was 16 million for Cadman. He shows so much composure here. Jamfi wins the ball. It's laid off by Alanis. And Cadman, first time, top bins. I like it. That's a good goal. I'm gonna claim credit for the tactical change. Coppo with a free kick just inside our own half. Arsenal with plenty of players back. They are sitting deep. Monteiro lays it. Archer on the overlap. The right back whips it into Parkin. Paulie Parkin. Welcome to Guernsey, my friend. That is a mad finish on the volley. £125 million well spent. No one can convince me otherwise. Also, Really nice to see Archer getting the assist. This came from what felt like absolutely nothing. Lemos laid it forward. Archer, using his pace, gets him behind and then parking on the volley. Oh, I mean, no one's saving that. It's 3-1. Might be a tad premature to say £125 million well spent, but let me enjoy the moment. Going to make some changes here. Alunga on, I think, for Monteiro. I kind of just want to keep things fresh here. We have got the European Super Cup, which, if I'm not mistaken, happens midweek, which I don't exactly love. I think we'll go with this double change for now. I realise I've just made 2 subs. There may only be 3 subs allowed in this competition. Doesn't matter. It'll be fine. There's only 20 minutes left. We're not going to get an injury, and in fact, we're just going to go ahead and get another goal. It's 4-1. We grabbed the dice at halftime. We rolled them. We took a gamble, but ultimately that gamble of changing systems appears to have paid off. Oh, we got another set piece. Jamfi, where are we going today? Back post. Rios heads it against the crossbar. The rebound's in. Cadman, is that a Cadman hat trick? It's offside. Never mind. I don't want to say it prematurely, but with 15 minutes left, I feel like this game is done, and yet the players, they're not satisfied. They want more. They want blood. We're continuing to go on the attack here, just penning Arsenal back. Ever since they scored early on, they have been second best in this game. What are we doing? Lads, wake up. Senzato in behind for Arsenal. What just happened on the net? What just happened? Someone's going to try and tell me this is a breakdown in communication between Rios and Jamfi. Looks janky as hell. Either way, we let them get in behind. Even here, it feels like a situation that's under control. And then Manny Wilford forgets that he has hands. I mean, imagine if they come back now. I don't want to imagine it. I don't like the fact there's another highlight. 4-1, I felt comfortable. 4-2, I start to get nervous. Especially if Jude Bellingham's going to baby leg it like that. Arsenal, loads of players forward. Pinto hits the outside of the post. I am calm. I'm shouting. I'm getting shouty. Just click the demand more button. It's like my grandma used to say. Doesn't matter if it makes all the players sad. Just demand more. So what she told me. 5 minutes of added time here. It is still 4-2. Little bit of nervousness about the way we've gone about our business, having taken a 4-1 lead. But we are going to hold on for an all-important win and first little bit of silverware for the season. Line up, players, enjoy it, drink it in. Oh, things you love to see. Just noticed as well, the badge has the star above it, even on these bits here. We're going to remember the Champions League win forever. I want to add more stars. Okay, who's hoisting the trophy? I think it might be Cadman, not 100% sure. Could be wrong. Does not matter either way. 4-1 win, 1 cup final won. Another cup final coming right up. Now, like I already alluded to, I believe the Super Cup is like halfway through next week. Indeed it is. We play on a Wednesday in the Super Cup, then we play Brighton to start the season 2 days later. Am I allowed to complain about fixture congestion in August? Because I'm going to. Cadman, unfortunately, didn't complete his hat-trick. That said, he did still score 2 very good goals, both from out on the left-hand side and at shadow striker. Okay, 1 game in the bag, 1 win. Still Manchester United to play, though. In 4 days' time, I'm going to rest up the players. I want to play a full-strength 11, and I want to beat Wayne Rooney's men. Let's see if we can make it happen. Missed this. Paul Parkin, turns out he did actually twist his knee. He's out for 5 to 8 days, so he won't be playing in the next game. If you're sat thinking, Jack, is he injury prone and you just didn't realise? No, it's the 4th injury he's had in his entire career, and it's come on his debut for us. I'm livid. So, like I mentioned at the top of things, we have technically got a European away day today, but it's to a stadium that doesn't exist. So rather than go to a stadium that doesn't exist, I thought we'd go to the city and go visit Luzern's actual football team. It felt like a logical compromise, rather than just looking at empty fields going, there could be a stadium there. I realise I've got to the city, I can't remember even what the stadium's called. I'm not going to proclaim to be a Swiss footballing expert. I believe FC Luzern in real life do play in the top flight of Switzerland. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Either way, we are looking for the Swiss Port Arena, built in 2011. Luzern doesn't seem like the biggest place in the world. I'm hoping I can just spot a roof and it will be the stadium. Also, secretly, I just wanted to come to Switzerland because after our last venture to Liechtenstein, I just like how pretty and green this part of the world is. I've not found the right football pitch. There's no shortage of football pitches here. Also, look at that. Does anyone else want to go sailing? I want to go sailing. I found the stadium. I was talking about sailing and these pictures here. The actual stadium, it's here. I mean, I couldn't spot it because there's no green. Okay, first impressions. I mean, do they just have more football pitches than people in Switzerland? There are football pitches everywhere. There is a fantastic car park. Love a great car park. And, wait, we're in is it? It's in 3D. I didn't expect Switzerland to be in 3D. Not that I think Switzerland's an underdeveloped part of the world, just there's been places where I thought we would have 3D and there wasn't. Look at that. We can enjoy all the car parking in 3D. Oh, my. I just feel irrationally happy. This is a cool looking stadium. I'll say now, though, bit of a squeeze behind this ground. Also, solar panels. I can't get over how many football pitches there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count them all. 5, 6, 7, 8. They've also just got penalty areas here, you know, for if you want to do heads and volleys exclusively. That's not a football pitch, is it? That's 9 that side. 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm counting that. 14. There are 14 football pitches. 15? 15. There are 15 football pitches around the stadium. Imagine having an apartment up here. Do you reckon you can see the whole pitch? You might not be able to see this end, but it's as good as a season ticket, really. I know the tennis fans will be annoyed if I don't acknowledge it, yet there are tennis courts as well. Oh my word. It's so pretty. I mean, the stadium is a bit, I don't want to say it's boring, but it's a bit, I don't know if I like the colour, and it's a bit kind of just normal looking with no real variety, but the area around it, oh my word. Imagine having a kickabout on these pitches. I'd be distracted by what's going on around me and not focusing on the game. I appreciate the amount of car parking and benches, I think these are, in the car park. Like, it's a very, very solid, might be the best car park we've seen in a while. It's got a good balance of trees to parking spot ratios, and that is an important ratio when it comes to a car park. Also, what is this building here? This building just feels like it was someone who didn't want to sell their business and sell up shops, so they had to build everything in the area around it. I've ended up in the stadium by accident. I don't know what's going on here. It's time to experience Streaming Point. I'm going on an adventure. They've got lots of plants. We're just going on an adventure. I don't know what's going on here. This clearly isn't related to the football club, I feel like, but I'm enjoying the adventure. This really doesn't look like a football club executive area. It looks like an office. Anyone else getting office vibes? Maybe it is an office. I mean, this looks like a meeting room. Imagine having your office that you work in be in the football stadium. I mean, this is certainly a first. Are these the world's fanciest plant pot holding things? It's a bit jazzy. I hope the people of Luzern won't take this the wrong way, because I like the quaintness of the stadium, and I appreciate the fact we have got a standing area for the ultras, but it's just a bit boring when it's just a circle that's all the same shape, size, and colour all the way around. I mean, at least it's gold. I say that like it's a positive. It's a horrible colour. But in terms of settings for a stadium, it's very, very solid. Love the apartment building, by the way. You definitely can watch a game for free up there. You know an away day's good when, I've only just realised now, none of the roads around the stadium actually have street view options, but there's just so many options in and around the stadium. Doesn't even bother me today. What does bother me is the stadium. It looks hideous. Can we all agree? No one's looking at this going, this looks really cool. They're just not. Okay, the Luzern Stadium that I'm not actually playing at today, but I thought we would just do. Love the car park, love the location, love the surrounding area with just football pitches absolutely everywhere. I feel like I didn't count them correctly earlier, but I'm not going to count them again. But I don't like the stadium itself, at least the aesthetics. Inside it actually looked pretty cool, to be fair. The Swissport Arena, I am going to give you a very, very solid 7 out of 10. The only thing that has let you down is the aesthetics of the stadium, which is certainly a matter of opinion. My opinion is, it looks awful. I'm sorry. Okay, away day done for a stadium we're not even playing at today. Now to focus on the UEFA Super Cup. As I've already mentioned, we are taking on Manchester United, who won the Europa League. For today's game, you might be sat thinking, are you going to play conservative again, Jack? Are you going to play the three at the back? Nah, not today. Chapman's coming in. Want to play him against his former club. Had a really good season last year. 20 goal contributions in 30 games. 7.32 rating. Not sure we can expect much more from our super sub. And on the other side, Hunt Jens, Mark Polo. He is going to be playing, cutting in on his right foot as an inside forward. This is a role that I think he is rather well suited for. Maybe wish his dribbling was a tiny bit better, but at 21... there's time for it to get better. And you might have spotted it. For this game, no Lemos. Cadman is going to play as a shadow striker. He impressed me there last game, and as a result, Alanis is going to start up front. As for the kind of rear guard to the team, the other 7 players that do all that defending malarkey, it's the usual suspects. Nothing too crazy going on there. There was part of me hoping I was going to be able to steal a load of Manchester United players in the summer, but because they qualified for the Champions League having won the Europa League, none of their players were kind of forcing moves, which was a bit unfortunate, but maybe if we can stuff them enough here, they will actually want to leave. Also, I've just remembered, the Super Cup's licensed in-game as well, isn't it? I've never played in the Super Cup this year in Football Manager. I don't know if I like it. What's with the lens flares? It's like this overlay was designed by Michael Bay. For some reason, I just never thought about the Super Cup. Like, you got all the trophies next to one another. I mean, how is this a thing they do in real life with the Super Cup? I've never paid that much attention. Do they really have all 3 trophies there? I mean, if we lose, we don't have to give them the Champions League trophy, right? That'd be mental. It's like playing for all the marbles. Doesn't matter if you won the Champions League or won the Europa League. Lose this game, you're losing your trophy. UEFA snatch it back and tell you aren't worthy. Maybe a brave decision, maybe a stupid decision not to go with the 3 at the back to start this game, but I wanted to get Huntjens into the team and give him a debut, and I really, really liked how we looked playing this system. Last game, I say, as we have a pretty good chance. I mean, it might still be in a dangerous area. Happening under the ball. Grasser wins it though. Huntjens, Monteiro pulls the trigger from range, and well, the World Cup, 3rd best player in the award voting, Monteiro. Not a particularly scary effort there. We have still got a set piece. We're traditionally, well, lethal from these. Can we score from one? No. Coppo's handballed it. I'm not sure what Alanis has done in the first 13 minutes to end up on a 7.0 rating. Everyone else is struggling. Alanis apparently having the game of his life, for what it's worth. Manchester United bring the ball forward. Ribera tries to pick out his man. Won well by us, but still some defending to be done here. Rios pulled out of position. Ribera through. Unfortunately for us, Ribera missing the target. Throwing on the far side. At the moment, this Ribera bloke seems to be at the heart of everything Manchester United are doing, including giving us back the ball. Marco looking to go long towards Alanis. Can he keep the ball alive? He can. Option back post. Chapman is there against his former club. It was a difficult chance. He probably should have done better. I mean, we do still have the corner, which in our case, sometimes the corners are better than actual one-on-ones, it feels like. Ball in. Not on this occasion. Rios heads over. Chapman with the ball. Lays it to Monteiro. He's going to switch the ball over towards Huntjens. Gianfi's actually the man to get on the end of it. He drills in the cross. What a ball it was. And I don't know how we've not scored there. It was Alanis with the initial effort. Cadman then got a rebound. Neither found the back of their net, but so far in this game, possession very 50-50. Manchester United yet to have a shot on target. We are dominating in that regard, but still yet to find a breakthrough. And right as I was about to get shouty, well, another highlight has begun. Grasser gives the ball back to Coppo, but lays it short. Coppo misses his tackle. Rodrigo pulls the trigger from range. Kind of fortunate for us, it's another shot off target. Couple of minutes left of this half. Not exactly loved what we've seen, but at the same time, despite not playing with the 3 centre-backs, it's not like we've been cut massively open in this game. From a defensive point of view, we've been up to the task so far, and well, Manny Wilford, that might be the most he's been tested so far in this game. He was up to that task there. He has tipped it over the crossbar. We do still have a corner to deal with here. 30 seconds plus any added time. Ball whipped in. Wilford collects. And I have to imagine that is going to be it for the well, no, hold the phone. Don't hang up just yet. Don't go get some popcorn at half-time or whatever it is you do at half-time. There's a chance. It's Chapman. It's one-on-one. I hope you didn't leave your seat early. You would have missed that one. Ethan Chapman scores against his former club, gives us the lead, and having, well, seen an effort go towards our goal that I thought marked the end of the half, Manchester United switched off. We did not. Grasser, defence splitting pass through the middle, and not a bad finish by Chapman at the end of it. Half-time in this game, goal up. Think we probably deserve that on the balance of play. We've played well, but as we saw, Manchester United are creating a little bit. So despite how happy I am, just going to tell the players I'm not happy. Lie to them, get them fired up. Set piece for us really early on in this half. Monteiro whipped it in. It's headed away, but only as far as Gianfi. What can the left back do? He's going to dink it to Chapman, the goal scorer, who puts it in towards Cadman. His effort was blocked, and well, we are starting this second half how we ended the first half. We've got Manchester United on the ropes. On the back foot, we've got a chance here. Monteiro, set piece, whipped in, back post, keeper. holds on to it. Cadman's not having the best of games. I'm a little bit concerned about players' fitness. Cadman is actually struggling a little bit here. Let's bring in Lemos elsewhere in the team. Do I want to make further changes? Marco's not played great, but I kind of want to show a bit of patience here. Rios is on a 6.6. We'll take him off. Elsewhere, let's give Dahar his debut. I feel like with all the other big transfers coming in, this man's gone under the radar. I paid £55 million for an 18-year-old left-back. He's going to make his debut here. Gonna hope it's one to remember. Just under half an hour left in this game. Gonna get shouty. Gonna get a bit more demanding. I feel like in this half, we have been the better team. Statistically, you can see that. I don't think Manchester United have actually had a shot in this second half. That said, it is only still 1-0, and I don't feel 100% safe just yet. I need that insurance policy. Maybe we can make something happen out from the back here. Sweeney, of course, on off the bench for Rios. Ball wide now with Archer. Chapman cutting inside, little bit isolated, does well to pick out Lemos, and Lemos' ball to Alanis there is superb. And, well, my little amigo, he should have finished that. You know what? I defend Alanis a lot. I stick up for him a lot. He should have scored that. It was not good enough. Ball whip back post. Coppos headed it over. My assistant just said, hey, we should take off Archer. He's tired. We should bring in McDonnell. And I think that is a fantastic idea. Stevie McDonnell, it's time for you to make your first team debut. He's 17, like I said on Friday in the first transfer special. And, well, yesterday, Mondays, I feel like I just have to give him game time. He's going to get a chance here. We're throwing him in the deep end. Still using that analogy. Let's hope he can swim. 4 minutes left. I mean, they've done nothing in this half. It should be fine, but I just don't feel calm. 3 minutes of added time. It may only be the Super Cup. It's still a trophy. It's still silverware. It's still something I want to win, and it is something we are going to win here. Not for the first time in our career here at Guernsey. We're seeing a special European podium stand setup. I'm not sure about this formation of players. We're not set up very well for a photo here, lads, for the trophy lift, are we? Okay, trophy hoisted aloft. I think it's Archer lifting the trophy. We're rocking the new Guernsey kits. And with that result there, is 2 trophies in 2 to start the season. I know some people might sit and think, well, the Community Shield and the Super Cup, they don't mean a great deal, but I do genuinely feel like they kind of set a tone for the season. If we bottled these games, there's going to be some voices of doubt, but with how we played in these 2 games, whilst they perhaps, at least in the second game's case, not been the most emphatic of wins, they weren't pretty convincing wins by all account, I think it's safe to say. I love the fact as well, Chapman got man of the match, scored against his former club. There was a few people telling me to sell Chapman last episode. No, absolutely not. Season 17 has got off to the best possible start. Just a little reminder of board expectations for this season. They want us to reach the latter stages of the Champions League. They want us to qualify for the Champions League this season. That is going to mean a top 5 finish. I feel like we should very much be in contention for a top 5 spot. I suppose the question becomes, can we retain the Premier League and the Champions League? And I think that is a task. It's a little bit more difficult. Not entirely sure when we're going to be back just yet. I kind of want to see the Champions League draw, see who we might have to look forward to in terms of away days. Regardless, hope to see you guys here, same time and place tomorrow for more Park to Prem action. If you have enjoyed today's video, a like is appreciated as always. We are back tomorrow. I'll see you all then. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you all in a bit. I'm out.